Hello and welcome to the new video. In this episode, we'll discuss Act 2, Scene 3. So, Act 2, Scene 3 is an introductory scene of Jessica. Jessica is being introduced here, who is the daughter to Shylock, and it's a very short scene. Jessica is bidding farewell to Lancelot, who was a servant to Shylock. So, as he is a servant to Shylock, obviously he is a servant to Jessica. And as we know that Lancelot has decided to join the services of Bassanio and to leave the services of Shylock. So Jessica is saying farewell to Shylock, to Lancelot in this scene. So let's just start this short scene, which is the introductory scene of Jessica. So Jessica says that I'm sorry thou wilt leave my father's soul. So I'm sorry that you are determined to leave my father like this. Our house is a hell. So Jessica is saying that Shylock's house, our house, is a hell. And thou a married devil, and you are a devil because everyone in a hell is a devil. But you were such a devil that used to entertain all of us. Didst robbest it of some taste of tediousness. You are a merry devil that has reduced some of its tediousness, some of its seriousness of the house, boredom of the house. But fare thee well, there is a ducat for thee. So, but farewell, you have a ducat. I have a ducat for you. And Lancelot, soon at supper shall thou see. And at supper, now Jessica is saying to Lancelot that at supper you will see whom? You will see Lorenzo. Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. So now Lorenzo is being also self-introduced that Lorenzo is a guest to the new master of Lancelot. And the new master of Lancelot is Master Bassanio. Give him this letter, do it secretly. So Jessica gives a letter to deliver it to Lorenzo, who is a guest to Bassanio. And Bassanio is the new master to Lancelot. And so farewell. I would not have any father, my father, so see me in talk with thee. And so farewell. I don't want my father to look at this that I am talking with you. So this is the way Jessica was introduced, and Jessica is talking to Lancelot, her servant, and scene is in the Shylock's room in Venice. And obviously the two characters are Jessica and Lancelot. Now Lancelot replies in this, in anticipation to this, adieu, tears exhibit my tongue. Adieu is goodbye. So goodbye, tears are stopping my tongue. So I'm so sad that I cannot say anything. Most beautiful Pagan. So Lancelot is saying that you are most beautiful Pagan, most beautiful non-believer, most beautiful Jewish girl, most sweet Jew. If a Christian do not play the knave and get thee, I am much deceived. So Lancelot is saying that you are very beautiful Pagan. Pagan is a non-believer girl because she is a Jew, daughter of Shylock. So now this sentence, this statement of Lancelot is quite a difficult sentence, that if a Christian do not play the knave and get thee, I am much deceived. That if a Christian, that if Lorenzo do not play a trick and get you, then I will feel cheated. So double negation are being used. So we have to understand this, it like this, that if a Christian, if Lorenzo do not play a trick, do not be dishonest. When he'll dishonest, he'll play a trick. So if a Christian do not get dishonest and get you, then I'll be surprised, then I'll be deceived, I'll feel cheated. But adieu, these foolish drops do somewhat drown my manly spirits. Adieu. But he says that nevertheless goodbye, because these drops which are coming out of my eyes, these are dampening my manly courage, my manly spirit. So this is the way they bid farewell to each other. Now Jessica says another dialogue that farewell good Lancelot, Farewell, Lancelot. Alack, what heinous sin is it in me to be ashamed to be my father's child? So Jessica is ashamed to be the daughter of Shylock. But though I am daughter to his blood, I am not in his manners. So by blood I am daughter of Shylock, but I am not up to the manners of Shylock. If I, O Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife. So if Lorenzo keeps his promise, if he takes me with him, then I'll end this conflict between daughter and a father. Jessica is not liking her father, and Shylock has a trust on Jessica. So I'll become a Christian and thy loving wife. So Jessica is planning to become a Christian and loving wife of Lorenzo. So this was a small scene. That was the farewell scene and the introduction scene. Farewell of Lancelot to the house, from the house of Shylock, and introduction of Jessica in the play, because Jessica Lorenzo's story is a subplot in this drama. Now, in the meanwhile, we start Act 2, Scene 4, because it was a very short scene. In Act 2, Scene 4, the setting is in Venice, a street, and friends are over there: Gratiano, Lorenzo, Salarino, and Salanio. So Salarino and Salanio and Gratiano are being introduced in the initial scenes. Lorenzo is self-introduced over here. So in this scene, Lorenzo is introduced. Now Lorenzo says, "Nay, we will slink away in the supper time." So Lorenzo is planning to slip away, to run away at supper time. So he's saying, we'll run away at supper time. Disguise us at my lodging and return all in an hour. So we'll disguise ourselves. We'll paint ourselves. We will wear different clothes. We will hide ourselves. We will hide our identity. And where will we do all this? At my lodging, where I reside, and return in an hour. So after in an hour, about in an hour, we'll return. So this is the opening dialogue of Lorenzo, and Lorenzo is communicating with Gratiano, Salanio, and Salarino. So when Lorenzo says this, then Gratiano replies that we have not made good preparations. So it's all right that we'll disguise ourselves at your residence, but still we have not made any good preparations, arrangements. Now Salarino says, we have not spoke us yet of torchbearers. So they are planning for a party and they do not have a torchbearer there. So torchbearer has to be there. Salanio says, "'Tis while, unless it may be a quaintly ordered." So it's useless unless we arrange in a proper style. So we have still not arranged torchbearers. So the friends are planning about the party to skip. So obviously Lorenzo will escape with Jessica. That is what the plot is being arranged. So he is saying, and better in my mind, not undertook. So Salanio is quite hopeless about torchbearer. He is saying that it is useless, it is disgusting that we have not still managed the torchbearer, and it is useless if we do not arrange it in proper way, in quaintly ordered. So unless we arrange it in a style, it's not good. So and better in my mind, not undertook. So it is better that we do not arrange the torchbearer. Now Lorenzo says, it is now about 4 o'clock. He says that it is 4 o'clock, it is already 4 o'clock. We have just 2 hours to furnish us. We have just 2 hours to maintain us, to prepare us. Now with this, when the friends are talking, Lorenzo, Gratiano, Salanio and Salarino are talking. Meanwhile, Lancelot, who got a letter from Jessica. So Lancelot enters over there with a letter. So, friend Lancelot, what's the news? This is being told in the stage. Lancelot says, "And it shall please you to break up this, it shall seem to signify." So Lancelot says with this that if you just open this letter, if you just break up this means open this letter. If you just open this letter, it shall seem to signify. It will tell what does this letter wants to say. Now Lorenzo recognizes that this must be a letter from Jessica because he knows very well because that Lancelot is a servant to Jessica. So Lorenzo says, I know the hand in faith, I know the hand indeed. Tis a fair hand and whiter than the paper it write on. So I know the hand means I know the handwriting, and indeed that is a fair hand, and that fair hand is whiter than the paper. So he's telling about the color of Jessica. Now Gratiano says, love news indeed. So that must be a love news from Jessica. Lancelot says, by your leave, sir. So may I leave now? Lorenzo says, whither goest thou? Where are you going? He asks Lancelot that where are you going? So Lancelot says, marry, sir, to bid my old master. So by blessed marry, so he's saying that I swear marry, that I am going to bid my old master, I am going to invite, I am going to call my old master, Shylock, the Jew, to sup tonight with my new master, the Christian, to have a supper with my new lord, Bassanio. So where is Lancelot going? Lancelot is going to invite Shylock to have a supper with Bassanio. Now Lorenzo says, hold here, take this, and he gives money. Meanwhile, he gives money to Lancelot and said, tell gentle Jessica, I will not fail her, speak it privately. So Lorenzo says to Lancelot that you should speak to Jessica privately, that I will not fail her. So what was Jessica anticipating? That if Lorenzo do not fails me. Lorenzo answers for that to Lancelot. So go gentlemen, this is what Lorenzo says, and with this Lancelot exit. Will you prepare for this mask tonight? I am provided of a torch bearer. So now Lorenzo discloses that he has a torch bearer tonight for a masquerade, for a mask. Salarino says, hey Mary, I'll be gone about straight. Yes indeed, I'll straight go to the preparation. So indeed he is going to prepare himself. So they all are in a rush to prepare for the masquerade, for the party. Salanio says, and so will I. So Salanio says, I'll also. So Lancelot exit, Salarino exit, and Salanio exit. So Lorenzo says, meet me at Gratiano's lodging some hour hence. So with this, when they are exiting, Lorenzo said that meet me and Gratiano at the residence of Gratiano. And with this, Salarino and Salanio exit, and Saladino says, it is good, we do so. So it's good that we'll do so. And with this, they exit. Now, Gratiano is left out there, and Lorenzo is left out there. So Gratiano asks, and it's a habit to overtalk of Gratiano. We have seen this in the initial scenes. So Gratiano says, what not that letter from fair Jessica? So Gratiano says that letter was from Jessica. So Lorenzo now says that he'll explain everything about the letter. So he tells about the plot, about the news, about what the plan Jessica has made and what was written in the letter. So he says, Lorenzo says, I must needs tell thee all she hath directed. So he says to Gratiano that I'll tell all what Jessica has directed, how I shall take her from her father's house. She has directed that how will I take her from her father's house, what gold and jewels she is furnished with, and what gold and jewels she will take away from the Shylock's house, what page suit she hath in readiness, and she will have a dress of a page, of a boy, of a servant, and she will have a dress ready with her. And he further says, if ever the Jew, her father, come to heaven, it will be for his gentle daughter's sake. And if ever Shylock gets heaven, then it will be due to her gentle's daughter work. So in this way he is blessing Jessica. And never dare misfortune cross her foot. So now again he gives blessing to Jessica that misfortune never comes his way, but there is an hindrance. And what is that hindrance? Unless she do it under this excuse that she is issued to a faithless Jew. Misfortune may comes due to this reason that she is a daughter to Shylock and who is a faithless Jew. So she may be misfortunate due to this reason that she is a daughter to Shylock. Come, go with me, pursue this, thou ghost, fair Jessica, shall be my torchbearer. So he says that come on and pursue this, and thou goest means we'll go in the way, and meanwhile we'll read the letter. Fair Jessica shall be my torchbearer. So he discloses that fair Jessica will be his torchbearer. So this was Act 2, Scene 4, in which Lorenzo was introduced. Act 2, Scene 3, Jessica was introduced, and Lorenzo and Gratiano discuss a lot about the letter. So this is a letter episode, and in this letter, what Lorenzo received from Jessica, every plan, every plot was disclosed, and after disclosing this plan, this plot, Lorenzo discloses this to Gratiano also, that what Jessica has told, how she'll take gold and silver and how she'll escape with me. So this was a plot scene, and it was also a short scene. So now we come to Act 2, Scene 5, and that will be a scene in a Venice, and that too in a Shylock's house. There Shylock is talking with Lancelot, and meanwhile in this scene Jessica will come. So let us start this scene. So enter Shylock and Lancelot. So now in Act 2, Scene 5, there is Shylock and Lancelot speaking, and then the scene starts. So Shylock says with Lancelot that, well, thou shalt see, thy eyes shall be thy judge. Means, well, you shall see with your own eyes, and you will be your own judge. For what? The difference of old Shylock and the Bassanio. Why he is saying this? Because Lancelot has decided to quit the services of Shylock and to go to the services of Bassanio. So Shylock is in a bitter mood, and he is saying you will see the difference between the services of the Shylock and the services of the Bassanio. So, what Jessica? Thou shalt not gourmandize. Now he calls Jessica, are you here? What Jessica means, Jessica, are you here? So while talking to Lancelot, he calls Jessica, and he gives instruction to Lancelot that you should not gourmandize, you should not overeat there in the house of Bassanio. Gourmandize is overeating. And thou hast done to me, and what you have done to me, because you have been gourmandizing over here. What Jessica means, he is again calling Jessica. Jessica, are you here? So on the one side he is saying what Jessica means, Jessica, are you here? And on the other side he is talking to Lancelot that you should not gourmandize, and you will see the difference between the services of me and Bassanio. And sleep and snore and rend apparel out. So he is saying that you should not do all this, that you sleep and you just snore and you just take your clothes out in this way you sleep over here, but don't do all these things there. Again he said, why Jessica, I say, means he is calling Jessica. Jessica, are you there? Can you hear me? And now Lancelot again makes a fun, as a humor. He says in front of his master Shylock, former master Shylock, why Jessica? Means Shylock is calling Jessica. Lancelot also called Jessica. Jessica, can you hear me? In this way. So both have called Jessica, because it's the home of Shylock. So Shylock says, who bids thee call? Who asked you to call? I did not bid thee call. I did not ask you to call Jessica. I mean, Shylock is not feeling well that he is calling my daughter. So Lancelot said, your worship, you want to tell me that I could do nothing without bidding. So Lancelot answers that you told that I cannot do anything unless I am told. You didn't told me to do this, but I did this. So in a funny manner he replied that you didn't ask me to call Jessica, but I called Jessica because once you said that I cannot do anything on my own. So this thing I did on my own. So in this way he is humoring the audience. And after Jessica is being called too much by Shylock repeatedly and by Lancelot, so Jessica enters into the stage. Jessica says, call you, what's your will? So did you call me? What do you want? What's your will? What do you ask for me? Shylock says, I am bid for to supper Jessica. So I am invited to supper Jessica. So today I am invited to the supper. Obviously, Bassanio has invited him. There are my keys, but wherefore should I go? So you should have these keys, but why should I go? He says that why should I go? I am not bid for love. I am not asked there for love. They do not invited me for love. They flatter me. So they have invited me because they are flattering me. But yet I'll go in hate to feed upon. But I'll go there because I hate them. And I'll go and eat food there. The prodigal Christian, Jessica, my girl. So I'll go to eat the food of that wasteful Christian. So in this way, he is saying that he'll go and spoil the food and eat the food. So in this way, he's inviting me for a supper. So he's wasting the money because he just borrowed the money from me, and now he's inviting me at the dinner. So he's wasting his money. So I'll go to waste his money. So now he says to Jessica, look to my house. I am right loath to. So take care of my house. Now see how much trust Shylock has on Jessica. But Jessica is betraying Shylock. Very different from Portia. Portia is bounded by the will of her dead father. And Jessica is not even considering his living father. So look to my house. I am not right loath to go. So I am not willing to go. There is some ill brewing towards my rest. So I feel that there is some plot to destroy my peace. For I did dream at a money bags tonight. Because today I had a dream of a money bags, and that is not a good signal. Now Lancelot said, beseech you, sir, go my young master, doth expect your reproach. I request you, sir, to go to my young master for the supper, and he do expect your reproach, means he is expecting that you are coming over there. Because Lancelot has come over here to invite Shylock, so he did give the invitation to Shylock. Now Shylock says, so do I his. So I expect that he must be expecting me. Now Lancelot said, and they have conspired together. So now Lancelot says about that they are plotting something. So Lancelot gives a signal about the party, about the masquerade arrangement, what they are making of. So, and they have conspired together. So they have planned together. I will not say you shall see a mask. So I do not say that you will see a mask. Means you will see a mask. Mask means masquerade, party. But if you do them, it was not for nothing. But if you see that masquerade, it was not for nothing that my nose fell a bleeding on Black Monday. But if you see a masquerade, then my nose fell a bleeding on Black Monday last at 6 o'clock. So I got a bleeding in my nose at 6 o'clock on Black Monday. Means Lancelot has seen a signal. And if the Jew Shylock see the masquerade, and that is not good for a Jew to see a masquerade. So he says that if you see a masquerade, then that signal will be right. So that year on Ash Wednesday was 4 a.m. in the afternoon. So in this way he is saying that you are going to see the masquerade. Now Shylock says, what are their masks? So Shylock is saying that are they planning a masquerade? Masquerade is a party. Hear you me, Jessica. Lock up my doors when you hear the drum. So now Shylock understood that there will be a masquerade because they are Christians and they will arrange a masquerade. It's a ceremony of the Christians to arrange the masquerades, and Jewish people didn't like this. So he says to Jessica that you should lock up my doors, and when you hear the drums, and he gives the instruction to Jessica that when you hear the drums of the masquerade and the wild squealing of wry-necked fife, and when the shrill notes and when the irritating sound, shrill notes of that tilted, twisted pipe, wry-necked fife, clamber not up to casements then. And when you see these sounds, do not climb up to the casements, do not come to the balcony, do not come to the windows, not thrust your head into the public street, and don't do like this, that you thrust your head in the public street to gaze on Christian fools with varnished faces. So they must be coming in the masquerade with their painted faces. So don't see those fools while throwing yourself in the balcony and throwing your head in the public street. And instead of this, what should you do? You should stop my house ears. How can you stop anyone's house ears? By shutting the doors. So he said, you should shut the door. I mean my casements. So you should shut my casements, and let not the sound of shallow floppers enter, and let not this vulgar shouting enter my sober house. My sober house, by Jacob's staff I swear, I have no mind of feasting for tonight. So I swear, Jacob, I do not like feasting tonight, but I'll go before you. Sirrah, say, I will come. So, but I will go. So he says to Lancelot, Sirrah, because Sirrah is a servant. So he said to Lancelot, Sirrah, say, I'll come. So just say to Master Bassanio that I'll come. Now Lancelot said, I'll go before, sir. Mistress, look out the window for all this. Lancelot, what? Just what Shylock has guided, that don't do all these things. Lancelot says, Mistress, look out at the window. He suggests a different thing. Lancelot is suggesting a different thing to Jessica, that you should look out at the window. Why? Because Lorenzo will be there. So there will come a Christian, I will afford a Jew's eyes. So in that mask there will be a Christian, and obviously it's Lorenzo, and that Christian will be a worth of a Jew's eyes. He'll be a worth of your eyes. So you should look at this. Don't follow Shylock's advices. Now Shylock interrupts in between. What says that fool of Hagar's offspring have? So Shylock says, what that fool of a slave lady is saying. Means he's saying that Lancelot is the son of a slave lady. What that fool is talking to you. So in this way, he scolded Jessica and Lancelot both. That what he says, what says that fool of Hagar's offspring her? In this way, he scolded Jessica and Lancelot. Now Jessica says, his words are farewell, mistress, nothing else. So Jessica hid the point that he's asking me to look at that masquerade and go to the balcony. So Jessica says that he's just saying farewell, mistress, nothing else. Now Shylock is convinced, and he says that Patch is kind enough. So that fool is kind enough. He's a fool obviously, but he's a kind fellow. But a huge feeder, but he eats too much. Snail slow in profu, and in any enterprise, in any adventurous work, he is slow like a snail. Just as a snail works very slowly, such in that way Lancelot works very slowly, and sleep by day, and he sleeps all the day, more than the wild cat. So how does he sleep? Like a wild cat. And drones hive not with me. And those people who are lazy, they do not hive with me, and they do not live with me. That's why Shylock is not with me. That's why this Lancelot is not with me. Moreover, I part with him. So this is the reason I parted him. So this is the reason he's no more in my service. And part with him to one that I would help him to waste. And I have sent him to that person to whom he will help to waste his money. So I have sent Lancelot to Bassanio so that Bassanio can waste his money on this wildcat, to borrow his borrowed purse. So I have sent Lancelot to waste his borrowed purse, because he has got money from me and now he's wasting that money. So for that purpose I have sent Lancelot over there. Well, Jessica, go in, perhaps I'll return immediately. So he says to Jessica that, Jessica, go inside, I'll return immediately. So as I bid you, shut your doors after. And you should shut your doors after I go. Fast bind, fast find. Anything that is locked is always safe. So always remember this proverb, that anything locked is always safe. So lock this. A proverb, never safe, never stale in thrifty mind. So this proverb is never outdated in a active mind. Now Jessica gives the final dialogue. Farewell, and if my fortune be not crossed, I'll have a father, and you will have a daughter lost. So farewell, father, and if something do not go wrong, then today you will lose your daughter, and I'll lose my father, because she is going to elope with Lorenzo. So in this way, Jessica indirectly says to the audience, because obviously she'll not say it to the Shylock. She says to the audience, and audience get understood that Jessica has completely planned to flee away with Lorenzo, and in this way Shylock, with full trust on Jessica, giving instruction, goes to the supper of Bassanio, and in this way we complete Act 2, Scene 5. So these were short scenes, therefore I have covered all these in one video. So thank you for being with me, for watching this. Thank you very much.